All right, episode 8. We're in our comfy clothes. This is literally like a weird shirt blanket thing kind of mixed together called the comfy on the side.
The comfy.
Yeah, the comfy. They're pretty awesome, pretty warm. It's what we lounge around in. No.
It's giant.
Yeah, it's huge.
Like giant. Goes down to like my knees.
Just about. It's like almost like a blanket dress for you.
I love it.
Well, we're going to go over 10 TV shows that you can watch while you're in lockdown now in your comfy clothes. Eating nachos.
Or naked.
Whatever. Just as long as you put plastic down on the couch first. Don't want to get that stank on there.
because then it would be sticky. Like sweat and sticky. It'd be like getting off. Like.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, if you have a leather couch, you just wipe it off.
Ugh.
If you have a cloth couch, you're hitting that bad boy with Febreze or steam cleaning it. But yeah. All right, we're going to start off with Kim's list.
Why don't we start off with your list? Last time I went to my list first.
All right, we'll start off my list then. Number 1, Parks and Rec.
Boo. No,
Love
I'm just
that
joking.
It's kind of a knockoff Discount Office, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. I don't know. I disagree with that.
I say that because it followed the mock documentary formula where they have the talking heads.
Yeah, I guess, but.
And the same similar style of of camera work and all that kind of stuff. Even though it's not explicitly a documentary. Yeah. It's still funny. It's funny you can see Andy, Chris Pratt. You can see his transition from being fat to skinny for Star-Lord, being ripped,
Oh, I know, I love it. And then they ask like, "Hey, how'd you lose weight or whatever?" And he's just like, "Oh, I just stopped drinking beer." Remember that?
Yeah, that was like his little flimsy excuse.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of works because he had a gut, but he wasn't like fat.
At the beginning he was kind of fat.
Yeah,
but that
he
was
a little
also
pudgy.
but I think it was just because he broke his legs or whatever at Anne's house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, obviously you gain weight when you can't move.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I love that series. It's hilarious. I love Ron Swanson. All that is man.
I mean, it has like my favorite person in the show. So
Ann Perkins.
Karen.
Karen.
I hate her.
From The Office. Yeah.
No, I don't hate her. I just.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
She's not Pam.
Exactly. That's why you hate her, because she's not Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite character?
Audrey Plaza.
April Ludgate.
April Ludgate.
Your woman crush.
Oh, one of them.
One of many. All right, well, number 2, Jericho. It's an older show from 2006, I think it was. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
What's it about?
A guy goes back to his hometown just in time for shit to hit the fan. Like the power goes out, nuclear weapons detonate in a lot of the like big cities around America, and no one knows what's going on. His dad's the sheriff, and they kind of go into like panic mode for a minute, and then they kind of lock it down. Their town, there's a couple people. There's like bandits trying to rob them. There's the army people coming around, and they're just trying to stay alive, but they have no power, no nothing. Trying to work together and figure things out. It's got a Lenny James, the guy who played he was in The Walking Dead. He played I just blanked his name.
What does he look
Rick's
like?
friend. He was crazy, the black dude. Morgan. Played Morgan in Walking Dead.
Morgan wasn't crazy till the...
No, he was crazy.
Am I thinking of the right character?
The guy Rick meets in the beginning when he has a kid.
Yeah, he has a kid, and then his wife's outside, and then he eventually has to kill his wife.
But when Rick meets him again, he's crazy. He's writing all over
when
the
he meets him
walls.
again. But at first, I think he was just kind of like
No, at first he was fine.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. At first he was fine. But that was kind of like his, I think this was the first thing I saw him in was Jericho. And it's it's a good kind of fight for survival.
How many seasons?
It's only 2. I think 2.
Mm.
2 seasons, and they brought it back for a few episodes because it got canceled, and there was like a fan thing.
I feel like this could just be a movie.
No, there was a lot to it.
Mm.
A lot to it. It was really good. And it got canceled. There's a big fan backlash, and then they brought it back for a few episodes to kind of wrap it up.
Oh.
So, but that seems to happen with a lot of.
It sounds like it should be a show about a dog. Jericho.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, is that the person's name or?
No, that's the town.
Oh,
Town
Jericho.
of Jericho.
Oh, okay.
Little farming town. They have a salt mine. And they use that to trade and stuff like that.
So they got some farm dogs going on.
Yeah, but the guy, Lenny James, his character, he's like a undercover agent too, and there's like a little something there,
Anthony
a little side
DiNozzo?
plot. Not quite. He's more like a really undercover. I can't remember exactly why he was there, but he was there for some reason. So he's like a train, thing. And he's there with his family that he hasn't seen in forever, but he's putting up the image that they've been together for a long time, like with his kid and his wife.
Maybe he went there for salt.
No, I can't remember what it was, but it was something. It was a really good show. We'll have to watch it. It's on Netflix.
I know. That's why you immediately typed it down as soon as I passed it on Netflix.
Yeah, pretty much.
I basically saw you like, oh my God,
Oh,
I
yeah, I
forgot
forgot about
that.
Jericho. It is a really good show. Number 3, Scrubs. I love Scrubs.
I love Scrubs.
Oh, man. There's so many quotable moments. There's so many great episodes. It just, it has such a great depth of character. You see, JD and Turk going from new interns to making a life for themselves growing up, basically, having kids. Dr. Cox going from angry old man to angry old man with a family.
Which is always nice.
Yeah, I love the janitor pranks.
Mm-hmm.
He messes with JD all the time. The janitor is probably my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing. I love him. I could go on for hours about Scrubs.
Yeah, I'm glad you showed me that show.
Oh yeah, I wish it was still on Netflix.
Me too.
Maybe they'll bring it back someday. Number 4, How I Met Your Mother. I love that almost as much as I love Scrubs. They're probably even.
I've cried so many times on different episodes of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah, there's so many great ones.
Oh my gosh.
I hate the ending, and I love the alternate ending better.
Yeah, I'm glad you showed me that.
Yeah, the alternate ending's so much better.
That's another show that he's showed me.
Yeah. Spoilers, the mom was dead the whole time, and then he gets with Robin, which was stupid, and it didn't make any sense. I think. The whole entire series was him discovering he's not right for Robin, and then they just backtrack that. In like the last episode.
But then the alternate ending is...
it just shows them getting married, and then he says, like, that's how I met your mother, and then it hints at Barney and Robin getting back together.
Mm-hmm. I liked them together.
Yeah, they were a good couple, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Allison Hannigan, she had a couple people from Buffy and Angel on there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Robin's co-host played Wesley in Buffy and Angel, and she had the girl who played Fred on there. I can't think of who else. There's, I think, 1 or 2 other people that were from Buffy on that show. And Seth Green, of course. He was in Buffy as Oz. A lot of characters.
If we were watching it, you'd be able to point them out,
Yeah.
because that's what you did the whole time we were, like, you were showing me. You're like, hey, see
Yeah.
that character right there?
I've only been through Buffy one time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really good show, though. Should have put that on here. Buffy and Angel, they're 2 good shows. They run concurrently after like season 4 or 5 of Buffy,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it's season 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly.
I don't know. I only got to season 2 on Buffy, and then Netflix literally took it down.
Mm-hmm.
without me even knowing about it. You know how they usually are like,
They give you some leeway.
some type of warning or something, because I literally started it, so I finally got through the slow season of season 1, because Buffy season 1 is like,
It was a filler show, that's why. And they just kind of made the episodes
I know,
up
but
as
it
they went.
was awful.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Like, even Jonathan was like, don't watch it.
Yeah, the guy who introduced me to Buffy was like, yeah, it's terrible. But
yeah, so I finally get through season 1, start season 2. I'm like, yeah, finally,
Mhm.
like, it's getting good. And then it's just like, wait, where is it?
nope. Yep. All right. Number 5, Married with Children. Fucking love this show.
Never seen it.
No? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I watched it when I was a kid. And it was just, they did funny, goofy slapstick stuff once in a while. And Al just being ridiculous, and I laughed. And then I get as an adult, and I laughed so much harder. Because everything, it's goofy, but it's goofy in a real way.
Oh, I think I might have seen like an episode or 2 of this.
Mm-hmm. Katie Sagal, or Siegel, whatever her name is, plays Peggy. She was in Sons of Anarchy too, and I was really, really hoping for Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy cameo in that at some point. I think that would have been great. It just for a minute, like store clerk or something. I don't know. That would have been hilarious, but they didn't do it. They missed out, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that family dynamic of a dysfunctional family and all that.
Which is now, I think, replaced with like Shameless or something.
Yeah, that's like super dysfunctional, like drug addicts.
A lot of people say good stuff about that, and I'm kind of want to watch it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, but I kind of don't.
Yeah, or like Arrested Development.
Yeah,
I've heard that's really good, but it's like it would be canceled, and they brought it back, and then they brought it back. Like there was like years in between seasons. I think some people liked them, but some people didn't like it.
I don't know.
I know it's a weird series. All right, it's number 6, Survivors. Not Survivor, Survivors.
With an S, people.
Yeah, there's the people. I remember when I discovered the show, like, because it came out, 2008 as well. I think it was around the same time. Yeah, same time Jericho. I think that kind of end of the world thing was popular because it's about a disease that starts just wiping people out. And yeah, Abby Grant was looking for her kid. Yeah, her son was at a camp and like a sleepaway camp. It's all in England or somewhere in Europe. So it's all everybody's British, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, she's immune to the disease. So she's looking for her son because she's like, oh, my son must be immune too. He's still alive. And she meets up with, a bunch of different people.
Right before the CDC gets her and uses her blood for a vaccine or something, right?
Yeah. Well, they try to.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. Fred's tearing it back. Our cat is attacking the carpet. Fred, stop that.
I think his nail is stuck. Oh, okay.
It might be. Anyway. Yeah, it's I love that show. It was really good, really suspenseful. It had 2 seasons, and then the end of the season left on a cliffhanger, and then they just didn't renew it. Yeah, it's based on a book. I don't know how faithful it is to the book. I'm assuming it's probably not that faithful to it. I don't know, because it seems like books are usually better from movies, but maybe some of the. Maybe, I don't know, maybe everything was kind of stretched out. But whatever. All right. Number 7, Farscape.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
It's a great sci-fi show it's kind of it's gritty. It's more real. Like the premise of it is John Crichton, an astronaut, he's up in space, and he gets sucked into a wormhole. It's kind of corny, but he goes across the galaxy, meets up with, he gets boarded on Maya, their living spaceship, and then he meets the ragtag crew, and they get people along the way and lose people and all that. but they're always fighting for food or money or something. They're not like, it's not like Star Trek where they just have
Everything.
yeah, they don't have replicators and all that. Like there's parts where they're like, yeah, we're about to starve. We're gonna die. We need to find food. We need a job to find money while they're being chased.
I can't remember that character's name. The guy that always ate a lot. He was like a creature. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I just
That's what I'm picturing is when he overate and he was like, oh.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Neither have I. You showed me it.
Yeah, let me look him up real quick. What is his name?
Well, he was a puppet.
Yeah, Rigel.
Yeah, Rigel.
Rigel. Domineer Rigel.
He was always so dramatic on the show, like, oh, if we don't get any food, I'm the one that's gonna die. And
Yeah.
like he was just like all about himself. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great. Ben Browder, John Crichton. I know he's in Stargate as well. He just has that look for a sci-fi show, like he's the main hero and all that. I wish, Claudia Black, Aaron Soong. I wish she was in more stuff. She's a good actor. I feel like if they made a Avengers in the 90s, she could have been Black Widow.
Yeah.
She has that tough spy girl look to her kind of thing. But yeah, that was I love that show. It's great. That got canceled and had a movie to end it as well, kind of like Firefly and Serenity. Number 8, Home Improvement.
One of the best shows.
Oh yeah, that was my childhood show.
I watched that a lot.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh, and I loved the episode when you finally got to see the neighbor's face.
That was the very end when they did the cast bow. Yeah, Wilson.
It was just like, holy shit.
Like, oh, he looks like that. 9 seasons. 9 fucking seasons. You finally saw his face. I love that. I love that show. It was great. There were so many, like, you could see Tim grow as a person and mature and not be as, like, cavemanish. And then at the very end, when he kind of gives up his career so Jill could be, a psychologist, therapist, wherever she was doing.
Yeah, something.
And they moved to, like, Indiana, I think, or Ohio. Yeah, that was insane. And they burned down the Tool Time studio, kind of an accident, but all that.
There's a lot of good life lessons in that show.
Oh, yeah.
That's the type of shows that I always like, kind of like The Cosby Show. I always loved that because they're Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because it was always, like, good life lessons.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are don't like The Cosby Show quite as much anymore.
Well, I know
yeah,
that,
I know,
but you can't.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen that a lot, so.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that show. There were so many great episodes. I love he always had a project car.
Yep, he always had something.
He's at first he had that old Ford Deuce, a Roadster, and then he had the Mercury after that. That was pretty cool. And then they did the Grease Lightning intro for the one car. It was great. Yeah, the little musicals. Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah, that's where Pam Anderson got her start. She was what Heidi used to be, the Tool Time girl. And then I guess she caught somebody's eye, and then she got more offers. Got on Baywatch, got famous. Little tidbit there. Number 9, My Wife and Kids. Damon Wayne. It's kind of just like a, family sitcom. Damon Wayans is the dad. And all their goofy adventures. They had one kid, Junior, who was really dumb but had a good heart. The girl who was kind of a typical, like, kind of whiny-ish teenage girl, and the goofy little daughter, and the kind of sassy wife. And the daughter, the goofy young daughter, who was like 10, had a kid, kind of like her boyfriendish kid who she would hang out with, named Franklin, and he would play the piano.
This sounds familiar, but I don't know. I can't picture it.
You've probably seen it. You'd probably recognize it if you saw it.
Yeah.
But he's an actual, like, concert level pianist in real life, and he's like 12 or 10 or something like that.
Well, then he was.
Yeah. He's like super gifted, super smart.
Mm-hmm.
And on the show, he's like super intelligent, spouting off like ridiculous scientific stuff all the time.
That sounds really familiar.
You've probably seen it. I think everybody has. It was around the time like Yes Dear and all that was on.
Well, that's the problem. I was watching Yes Dear and King of Queens and all of those.
Those are some good honorable mentions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love those shows. And number 10, of course, Batman the Animated Series. The best animated series of any superhero show. Fight me.
Shocking.
It won Emmys.
Oh my god.
It's great.
Yeah,
It had
it's great.
Yeah, it had the Mask of the Phantasm actually had it was the movie and it had a theater release from a TV show. It's great. When they drew the show, they didn't draw it out on white paper. They drew it on black paper to have a much darker, more noir feel to it. Yeah, it was really innovative, ahead of its time. It's great. I love every bit of it. It's like the definitive Batman. And that is the definitive. That's how Batman and the Joker should be. Not any of that Dark Knight bullshit. It was a great movie. Bad Batman movie, in my opinion. Because, that's just how Batman should be in my eyes. But yeah, all right. On to your list. You want to read them off?
No, you can read them off and I'll comment.
All right. Number 1, The Office.
Shocking.
I know. I love The Office.
This isn't like in a specific order. I was just naming off movies.
Yeah.
Or not movies, on TV shows, by the
Yeah.
way. The Office is great. Obviously, it has great character development. I love Michael Scott. I love Jim and Pam. Even though I hear all that shit about them being like awful, and now I'm like, do I like them kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh no, overall I really like the show. There's so many different character development, like each character.
Everybody has their own unique story.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. I love watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You fall in love with these characters, and I watch it every day, and I've probably seen it at least 5 or 6, maybe 10 times through.
Probably. Yeah, I love that. You see, the whole show is almost Jim and Pam's relationship, and how she leaves Roy eventually and comes to Jim after he leaves Karen.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's been off the air for like 10 years, so or whatever.
Someone might have not seen it.
Oh well, when they're out of their mind, like Katie.
Nah, she has different taste.
But yeah, and then like Dwight going from weird farm boy to functional person, kind of less sociopathic.
Yeah,
Realize that he makes great friends with Pam along the way. Like Pam doesn't realize how nobody realized how good of a friend Dwight is till kind of the end.
Till the end, yeah. I just love that part where she's crying up on the bench and he's like, "Who did this to you?"
Yeah, is it PMS?
And then she's just crying, and then he's like, "Is it PMS?" And then like he takes off his jacket and she's like thinking like, "Oh my god, he's gonna put it around me," but then he just wraps it around his waist and ties it and then just sits there and holds her.
Yeah, and she says something like, "You don't have to be here," and he's like, "Yeah, I know," or something like that.
Yeah, I love that moment.
Oh yeah,
There's so many good moments. Oh my god.
Michael goes from needing everybody's approval to kind of just knowing what he wants with Holly and becoming a family man.
He kind of, because throughout the whole show, I really see myself in Michael, the one he wants to be friends with everyone. He wants, he just kind of feels alone and doesn't really have any friends. And, he just wants everyone to laugh and have fun and always be in a good mood and just be happy and fun. And
I think he had that when he was a salesman, but when he became management and people started to come and go, I think he lost a lot of his friends. Like
maybe,
Packer.
Maybe, yeah.
Like I think Packer is probably one of the few people other than maybe like Phyllis and Stanley that were around.
I don't know. All I know is Michael is just extremely kind-hearted, and he's such a good character. Like I love him.
Oh yeah, he's well written. Number 2, NCIS.
Shocking.
Or yeah, NCSI, not NC, whatever. NCSI.
NCIS.
Is it NCIS? Naval Criminal I guess NC.
I was like, wait,
NCI.
that doesn't.
I had it right the first time. NCIS.
I was like, it
Mark
doesn't
Harmon.
sound right.
The Mark Harmon Show. The greatest actor who ever lived.
Mark Harmon.
According to
I
Peter Griffin.
love that show. That's the show that I would watch when I was younger. And Abby Shudo is the reason why I wanted to be like a crime scene investigator and just like why I'm so interested in like science and forensics and just all this cool shit. I've always wanted to do something like that. I've always loved her. I've loved her look. I used to be gothic. I love that show.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's nothing bad I can say about that show besides the episodes we've just been watching lately.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's real complicated and involved. We're in season 13.
Yeah, we're in like a giant circle right now. It's just like, oh my God, I cannot wait to watch the rest of what's going on.
And I love it. In the first season, spoilers, they kill off a main character. I know she wanted to leave the show, Kate. The girl played Kate. But it was she got hit the first time in the vest. She gets back up, then she gets hit in the fucking head.
Yeah, it was very shocking. It was just like, holy shit.
You didn't see that coming.
You didn't.
Then you see McGee he goes from fat, skinny, kind of chunkier again, then skinny again.
Yeah, but now I feel like he's too skinny.
If he got a little bit.
He just needs a little like muscle or something. I don't know. He just looks very ill.
Mm-hmm. Tony gets a gut for a little while, but he's gonna get it off.
Right now, he looks great. I think he's like an ideal body weight.
Mm-hmm. Then Mark Harmon, just the same.
Well, he grew out his hair for a little. Yeah, he grew out his hair for a little bit. But I love the relationship between Tony DiNozzo and his dad, Anthony DiNozzo, and I love how that kind of gets mended. I love how McGee and his dad's relationship kind of gets mended, and then Gibbs and his dad. I don't know what they have wrong with moms in the show, but whatever.
Most of them are dead.
Well, no one talks about anyone's mom in the show, but it was really sad when Gibbs' dad died.
Yeah, well, I mean, he died in real life, so they kind of
he died in real life, so they had to do it, but it was just kind of like, because they just now started getting back together.
Yeah, he started kind of living with him and all that.
Yeah, oh my God, just thinking about it, like,
yeah.
It's just a show, but I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And all right, number 3, X-Men the animated series.
I love watching that with you.
Yeah, it's good. It's the best condensed version of the 90s versions of the X-Men.
It's fun. It's serious though. I don't know, it's like it fills everything in me that I need. You know what I mean? Like it's
second to Batman the animated series to me as far as like being awesome.
Yeah, I love all the characters. I love asking you like who's that or whatever because I didn't watch that when I was a kid, so now I'm watching it now as an adult, and I just love watching that with you. It's fun.
Yeah, there's lots of little like dominoes in it for a hot second. You just kind of see her in a prison break, and have Miss Marvel in there for a bit. There's lots of little background characters you might see here and there, and I love Wolverine's pseudo swearing, where he's always like garbage sucking something or whatever.
Yeah.
He just says goofy shit.
Yeah.
Because he can't swear.
But we just saw Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Rogue?
Yep. That's how she got her ability to fly and super strength and vulnerability.
Spoiler. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But
it's only, several decades old.
It was cool though because Miss Marvel was like in her brain like you took my life, blah blah blah, and come to find out this whole time she was in a hospital and like Rogue was able to give her back her soul or essentially basically in a way like
give her back her mind.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was really cool.
In the comics it was Rogue was with Mystique, and she was evil, and then she drained Miss Marvel and she took a lot of her personality and mind.
Yeah, well that's what
that's what made her good though.
I know, but that's what the show was basically showing too. At the beginning, her dad was like, hey, F you, you're a mutant, I don't want to deal with you. and then Mystique got her,
Mm-hmm.
her mama, and then was trying to like was taking advantage of her basically, and then Rogue basically learned that because
She took her memories because she touched Mystique.
no, I'm talking about when she saw I can't think of his name. When he was like, "Hey, I'll help you," blah blah blah, come over there.
I don't remember.
It's Patrick Stewart.
Oh, Professor X.
Yeah,
Patrick Stewart.
It is though. It is him.
Yeah, that's who you think of. I know when he picked up a comic and they showed it to him, he's like, "Why am I on the front of X-Men?" But yeah, but like in the comic, she was just evil. She wasn't being taken advantage of. But she mixed her mind with Miss Marvel and kind of had a breakdown and became good. Something to that extent.
Mm.
All right. Number 4, Criminal Minds.
Ooh.
That's like a more explicit version of like NCIS.
Well, I mean, kind of.
It has more.
It's all about the mind.
Yeah. It's
less about the crime scene.
I feel like it's more akin to Law and Order SVU. There's a lot.
I don't know. I've never seen that, so.
There's a lot more like.
There's some fucked up
graphic,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some fucked up shit in Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
There's like.
A lot of sexual assault, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also just like where people make like meatloaf out of a human.
Yeah, a lot of Jeffrey
Oh my
Dahmer.
God, I cannot forget that episode with I was watching it with Amy, and this guy was cutting up humans and come to find out at the end he was making food with them, and they were at like at the crime scene the search party of the woods. There was someone that brought like food, and one of them was chick and chili, and chili, and coming to find out they all ate her. Didn't even know till the end, and he's like, I had it on the menu. You guys just didn't even see. Like, it was like a long joke at the end. And oh my God, me and her, it was like blowing our minds.
Some Sweeney Todd stuff right there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Number 5, a classic, Dragon Ball Z. Been around forever.
Yeah, I love it.
Since like 85 or 86. Or maybe before that. Whenever Dragon Ball came out.
Zarbon's amazing.
The pretty boy.
He's so pretty.
Yeah.
I hate
1986.
Yeah, I hate
Dragon Ball came out.
Bulma.
You hate Bulma.
That's who I'm thinking of, correct?
Blue-haired girl?
Yeah. I hate her so far just because she's like, I want to
Really
go
whiny.
home. I'm such a girl. I can't do anything by myself. Like, and it's just kind of like, God, did you think women could do anything back then?
Well, yeah, they could because she was a super smart scientist and she made all those ridiculous, inventions.
Yeah, but they didn't even like really show that the whole time. She was just like, my nails, my pants.
She was more active in Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball Z, it got kind of hard because people started being able to blow up planets.
I know, but the whole time, all these guys are like shockingly buff. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing to get that buff.
Training.
And yeah, training. As in Goku just eating, but whatever.
No, he 100 times gravity and all that.
I know. Yeah, it was amazing. I saw it. But then like she's just like running around the whole time like, I can't do anything. I'm a girl. And it's just kind of like, shut up.
Yeah, like I think they kind of Barbied her in the probably.
Yeah, it was.
Japanese is probably different because they change a lot of stuff like that.
Well, of course they do.
But yeah,
there's a lot of
classic. It's great.
Yeah. The moment where Goku went Super Saiyan, that was like the best moment.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that as a kid. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? What is this? Is that a Super Saiyan?
Remember
Holy
me?
shit.
I was just like, holy fuck. Because Vegeta was just like, I'm going to do it.
I am a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I am. I can do it. Blah, 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 blah. And then, like, I'm just like, is he? And you were just like, no, just wait. And I was just like, okay. And then, like, it happened or whatever, and I was just like, holy shit.
When I was a kid, I was like, what is this super? Do you just like, do you get some, do you get a power up? What is it? Is it like a title? No one knew what it was until Goku went blonde. I mean, they did years ago because it came to America in the 90s.
I know, but realistically,
2000s.
you guys could have just thought that he just got like a cape.
That's yeah.
He's super.
Yeah, still going. I'm not a fan of Super Dragon Ball Super. It's I don't know.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Can't talk about it.
All right, number 6, another classic, Digimon.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions.
Not as popular as Pokemon. It came out about the same time.
But it's so good.
Oh yeah, there are so many good issues that they cover.
It's so good.
It's better character-wise, like Tai being the leader, being unsure, having to make decisions. Matt and TK are children of divorce that were split up from their parents. They're like each parent took one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot there. Izzy was adopted, and he had to deal with that, coming to terms with that. Mimi's mom is gone all the time, and all that. Sora never thought anyone really loved her or looked up to her, so she struggled with that. And Joe was always having to be the more responsible adult of the group, and that weighed heavily on him. Things like that. Yeah, TK's the little brother who has to, deal with being little. During all this, feeling helpless. I love it.
All of what you said was really sad.
Yeah, but it's but everybody overcomes it and they get
Mhm.
over it, and that's what makes it great. That's what all their crests kind of symbolize when they get over that, and they can digivolve even more to ultimate level. Yeah, and then the next season.
Well, I just saw my first character go to ultimate.
In Tamers, yeah, but like
Yeah.
with the other ones, they went up to Mega.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're in she's watching season 3, Digimon Tamers. Arguably the best season.
I love it so far.
Oh
It's
yeah.
way different than the other seasons we've seen.
Mm-hmm. Because in this one, yeah, Digimon's like just a TV show
Mm-hmm.
and all that, but it had a bigger budget. Because the first season didn't have the greatest budget.
Yeah, because right now the one kid's dad possibly could be on like the bad people's team.
Yeah, Henry's dad might be. He worked on the Digimon project,
Yeah.
but he's not actually with.
Well, we
them.
don't know that. Well, you know that, but I don't know that yet because all you see is his dad talking to the bad guy right now, and he's just like, "Leave me alone," blah
Mhm.
blah blah, whatever. So I'm just like, "Oh my God, he's one of the bad guys."
Yeah.
And then-
we'll find out.
And then I love I can't think of his name.
Guilmon.
Yeah, Guilmon.
He's just a baby.
I know, but I love him.
All right, number 7, House. I like the ending, kind of. It could have been better.
I don't know if I've ever seen the ending.
Okay.
I haven't seen it all the way through, that's for sure. I've seen enough to like it, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they didn't know how to end it, and they just were like, all right, we're just going to do this. Well, yeah, there's a lot of deep stuff. Everybody has their own personal issues.
It's
House
just
is an
normal
addict.
life, yeah.
Yeah, he's super smart, really alone. He's trying to overcome that. He's got the pain in his leg, a lot of bad memories. Yeah, there's a lot of drug abuse, just real human things.
Mm-hmm.
Like Foreman and his father getting over their things, Chase and his father. Because Foreman's father starts having Alzheimer's and dementia. Chase's dad was estranged, but he ends up, starting to die.
Mm.
A couple characters come and go. Yeah, it's crazy. It was a great show. It ran like 8 or 9 seasons. Hugh Laurie's an amazing actor. Everybody on that show was great. Yeah. Number 8, F is for Family. Bill Burr.
Enough
TV show.
said.
Yeah. It's kind of like it models a lot of his life.
It's amazing. I love that show.
Oh, yeah. The dad, when he's like, I'll put you through that fucking wall. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what my dad would have said. Put that fear into you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Kids
It's such a
things.
good show, and it shows just different things, like I don't know. There's a lot of it's real for being animated. Like I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's not doesn't never it doesn't end happily every episode. There's a lot of like him searching for a new job and the wife going through problems, the kids, have their everyday things.
They
going
were
through
struggling.
Puberty. Yeah. It's like how a real family would be in the 70s. It's great.
They got a telephone and then they had an answering machine, and that was like
Huge.
the biggest shit for them.
Oh yeah.
A TV that was colored. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Number 9, Star Trek. I'm assuming just all of them.
Well,
All the ones you've seen.
The ones I've seen, yes, definitely Janeway.
Voyager. That's my favorite.
I love Janeway and I love Picard so far.
Yeah. Because Voyager is like the ultimate Star Trek, and that they're in the unknown. They have no support. They have to fend for themselves, even though they have this awesome ship. They still have to like trade and with local people and find their way and fend off attackers, and everybody has to kind of come to grips with they might not see the Earth for another 75 years.
Right. So all of their loved ones will be
gone if they're not dead themselves.
Gone.
If they can even make it.
That was such a both series that I'm talking about, Picard
Enterprise Next Gen.
Next Gen and Voyager.
Yeah, they're
both
great.
Of those are so great.
Next Gen was just it was a great sequel to Star Trek because it kind of kept the same feel to it but modernized it, I think. And they even have Kelly DeFrost played Bones, the doctor in the first one, in the original series. Dr. McCoy, he was on the first episode. But he was like 150 because people live super long in the future. And he was walking around with Data and touring the ship and all that stuff. And he's like, hey, you remind me of a certain Vulcan. And then they had Spock on there, and Scotty was on there. And then, yeah, they had a lot of... They had... Voyager had Sulu in a flashback. You remember that?
I think so. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, we need to watch that again.
I was actually just thinking that. I was like, damn, I kind of want to watch that again.
Yeah, because Tuvok was on his ship. He was his science officer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they had him in a flashback.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yep.
Oh, I love that show. We should watch that. We should start that over.
I love it's best. But yeah, all right. And number 10, The Punisher, the series. John Bernthal.
Someone I hated in The Walking Dead, and now I love him.
He's a great Punisher.
He is the best. That show.
Yeah, they need to roll the Netflix Avengers, or what I call them. They need to roll them into the MCU.
I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
That show was so good. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I love Daredevil, too, though.
Oh, yeah. That's
obviously,
where you meet the
I
Punisher,
like,
too.
yeah. Obviously, yeah, that's where you originally meet him. But I liked Luke Cage too.
Yeah, Luke Cage is great. Haven't seen Jessica Jones.
I haven't seen Jessica Jones, and people. Wait, is this even the same thing, Lucifer? Or?
No.
Okay, but that's I guess number 11.
You're thinking about I just blanked his name. Iron Fist.
What?
Yeah, it's called like Iron Fist. The other Netflix show.
What is Lucifer then? That's just something completely different?
Yeah. I mean, there is a Lucifer. I don't know if it's tied to the Marvel thing, because there is a Marvel thing called Lucifer.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
There's a series, yeah.
I don't know. I like Daredevil. I like The Punisher, and I like Luke Cage. I loved Elektra.
Yeah, there was the Defenders. We haven't watched the Defenders yet.
Yeah, we haven't watched the Defenders or Jessica Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Iron Fist. Yeah, that was right.
Oh,
but I heard that wasn't good.
Well, I don't care about watching that.
A lot of people are like, yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, there's
There's a lot of
The Punisher. I'm trying to, because I'm kind of in my mind, like, mixing up Daredevil and Punisher now. Like,
You kind of have to have both.
yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm mixing them up.
Yeah, because in the Punisher, it was him. You find out his origin, and then he goes to court, and then he fights Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, but, oh, I loved Wilson Fisk.
And then after that, it's him going into protective custody.
Yeah, but then there was that lady in the sun.
Yeah, that was in the show, in the Punisher TV show. Its own thing.
But that was because of a computer hacker or someone. Was the dad, or who was that guy again?
Oh, that was Micro. Yeah. No, I'm thinking. Yeah. Micro. Yeah, he was the FBI agent or agent of some sort who faked his death.
Oh no, and then he gets with that young girl from the bar, saves her life.
Yeah, that's in the series, like his own solo thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I think
Punisher.
you're talking. Oh, yeah. Because he meets Micro in the beginning, and then he goes off on his own after he gets.
And then he kind of likes
them.
that girl from the bar.
Yeah, and then he gets involved with a young girl who is in trouble with.
Yeah, just to save her life, not like involved.
Yeah. She's like super young.
Yeah.
Like 20s or something.
I thought maybe she might even be younger than that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
She was in a bar.
So you only have to be 18.
No, you have to be 21 now. Yeah.
18.
Anyway, yeah, we're getting off track.
But anyways, it's a good show.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's a lot of PTSD in veterans, and I think a lot of people like it for that reason, because it kind of shows them in a better light, and they're not just being like crazy people with real issues that can work through things. Sunny's going rogue.
Oh my god. But yeah, I liked I love John Bernthal in that.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing. Sunny?
Come on, kitty.
I'm surprised he hasn't knocked that down sooner.
Yeah, no.
He's been good about it this whole
Come
time.
on, get down. Get down.
Come here.
There you go. Good kitty.
So apparently it's time to end the podcast because Sunny says so.
Yeah. That's almost 51 minutes or so. We'll cut out a little bit from the banter at the beginning. We, setting up stuff.
But tell us in the comments what shows you guys have been watching or you guys like, or...
Yeah, what's your top 10 lockdown shows?
Yeah. You guys have all the time in the world.
To cuddle up on the couch and wear your blanket.
Are you saying we're going to cuddle later?
Yeah, of course.
I hope so.
We will. Anyway, all right, well, we'll talk to everybody later. It's kind of a extra bonus episode to this. Yeah, and we're still on iTunes, Spotify. Like, share, subscribe this video if you're watching on YouTube. Write in the comments anything you want us to cover. Any TV show, movie, comic, anything like that sort. And see you in the next video. Bye.
Whoop whoop.